More Kanye West Twitter drama, like a lot more. A lot more, and it's a doozy. So where do we begin? Let's start from the very beginning where he released his new album and the song Famous, and he got a lot of backlash for this lyric. I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. I made that bitch famous. So of course, all the T-Swift fans, people in general, were criticizing Kanye West because of that lyric. So then, defending himself, he said, no, Taylor Swift, and I'm summarizing because there's a lot here, Taylor Swift gave me her blessing. So then Taylor Swift's camp, they said, quote, Kanye did not call for approval, but to ask Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account. She declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong misogynistic message. Taylor was never made aware of the actual lyric, quote, I made that bitch famous. So then Kanye fired back tweeting, quote, I called Taylor and had an hour-long convo with her about the line and she thought it was funny and gave her blessings. He goes on to say, and there's so many more tweets, I'm just highlighting it. He goes on to say, bitches is an endearing term in hip hop, like the word, N-word. And it was Taylor who actually inspired the lyric, he says. She was having dinner with one of our friends whose name I will keep out of this, and she told him, I can't be mad at Kanye because he made me famous. Then there was a video of Taylor Swift's younger brother, Austin, throwing away his Yeezys, saying he's doing some spring cleaning.
Which are like $2,500.
Yes, donate those. Maybe he was going to. Then, last night, we got to see some more Kanye West rant. First, it started out, somebody was talking about album of the year. He says, quote, I'm practicing my Grammy speech. I'm not going to the Grammys unless they promise me album of the year. Then he says, quote, I will have over 100 Grammys before I die. Oh my God. Then he goes on to say, I am the Michael Jordan and Steph Curry of music, meaning I'm the best of two generations. And you're all so worried about being likable, but only if you are concerned about being great. There's more. But then he segues into announcing that he's $53 million in personal debt and that he wants $1 billion from Mark Zuckerberg. So then he goes into Mark Zuckerberg. He says, quote, Mark Zuckerberg, I know it's your birthday, but can you please call me by tomorrow? Then he says, world, please tweet, FaceTime, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you got to do to get Mark to support me. Then he calls himself, quote, this generation's Disney. So then he says, quote, Mark, I am publicly asking you for help. One of the coolest things you could ever do is to help me in my time of need, and I will always respect you for that, and the world will love you. And it goes on and on and on. He even starts tweeting Larry Page. It just keeps going. I could keep going on about this, but let's go to our 5 words or less, and then we can continue the discussion. Go.
What is happening?
Get it together, dude.
Bitch, you ain't broke. And I get that certain celebrities, could be like a like you could have a perception of them having all this wealth and then indeed they like mishandle the money or they lose their money. But in this case, until you stop flying around the world in your private plane, until you stop having all these millions and millions of dollars of houses worth mansions, until you stop having jewelry worth millions, you're not broke.
No,
you're not
absolutely, I disagree with you 100%.
What do you mean?
He is broke. But that's the problem. Like you're
but you
like
can't complain about it.
No. He can't complain about it. But he doesn't understand what we need. Like if you say what you say, he can hear that as like, oh, I'm not broke. I still have stuff. You don't. That stuff you have isn't yours.
He can liquidate it. He's
no,
broke.
But what percentage of his house does he own?
We
Zero.
don't know that. We don't know that.
Well, I mean, he's not. I mean, if he's that much in personal debt, he can't own that house. The bank owns your house, idiot.
Then that's a totally valid point, and I'm on board with that. But then don't complain about it when you do have this luxury. When there's so many people out there that aren't able to jet around in a private plane, that don't have the resources to start a fashion line that, in my opinion, is
brother,
shit.
You are up the economy. Like a lifestyle like yours is what's wrong with America's economy. Like you can't do that. You inspiring other people to do that is part of the problem.
But
Stop.
I don't think any of this is true.
Yeah, probably
I think
isn't.
this is all a publicity stunt. I think this is all, I mean, the way that this has escalated, starting with Taylor Swift, where we're like, shut up. Like, just both of them, just like leave each other alone. This happened when Taylor Swift was a country music pop star. Like, just let it go. Literally, I'm frozen, let it go.
Yeah,
Just like let it go, and then I also think that this whole thing with the Mark Zuckerberg thing, he's getting as much attention as he can to promote his album, and it's working. I mean, we're talking about it. So
yeah, but I'm not more likely to buy his album now.
I don't even want to hear his voice now. I don't want to hear your voice.
I want to hear him read these tweets. Seventh 15th.
I think that like he's like taking off the reins, letting himself get as crazy as possible so that he gets enough attention, because there is an audience that this resonates with, where they're like, yeah, Kanye, like he doesn't take any shit, like he does his own thing. I know people that respect this guy for all of his crazy decisions, for all of his crazy tweets, and they say that he's really misunderstood and look at all he's done.
I will say I'll give 1 point, 2 points to Kanye, big points, for being so supportive to Caitlyn Jenner. I love that he's taken, he even tweeted a photo the other day on Twitter saying, I support this woman, she's amazing, and like that does a lot for the transgender community and for all of us to evolve. So I will say I'll give him points for that, but other than that, this is ridiculous.
Also, in his tweets, he claims to have conquered the rap game and conquered the fashion gang.
As if.
And then you list all his fashion failures that are responsible for his debt.
Exactly. When I look at his fashion line, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone, because I look at it and I'm like, I don't think it's great or fashion
It's like
forward.
old American Apparel hoodies.
Yes.
It reminds me of like a dystopian future Mad Max-esque sort of like fun line that like Target would be like, did you like Mad Max? Do you want to look like him?
Do you like that
Have
old
this-
Macintosh 1984 commercial? Because that's it.
But really quickly, I wanted to hear your thoughts, because we didn't get to last week on Taylor Swift. On what he said about Taylor Swift. What did you think about that?
You didn't make her famous. She was winning an award over Beyonce when you interrupted her. She was already famous.
Yeah, my thing is just let it go. I think both of them last year when Taylor Swift presented him with an award and they made reference to the incident. It's so, for me, it feels so long ago that I'm ready for both of them to just move
Taylor,
past
you
it.
have to give Taylor the benefit of the doubt, because she was responding to the fact that he announced to everybody that she gave her blessing.
But
so
after-
she had to react to that, because then her fans would have thought that that was an okay
right.
thing for him to do. So I would, in my opinion, I would remove Taylor from this, because she was
after the
responding to
incident
him.
Happened when he interrupted her on stage. The very next year at an award show, she performed a song that wasn't on an album that was about Kanye West called "Innocent," and it was like, just shut up. This was a grown man who was drunk, going through a hard time in his life. Like, you don't need to write a song about it, and he doesn't need to write a song about it either. Like, it was a thing that happened. It was drunk. It was crazy. It was the MTV Video Music Awards. They're getting turned, and like, just let
I
it
do like
go.
the beefs, though. I like
I
all
do
the
too.
beefs. I like them. As much as I want to be like, grow up, idiots, like, I like them.
I was
I'm such a
reading those
hypocrite.
tweets this morning like they were going out of style. I was loving it. Okay, there's a lot here. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on watchable.com.